let's talk about scatter plots and how they could be influenced by one more plot. So we're doing regression wisdom, chapter 9. We're going to call this 9b as a continuation. But let's draw a scatter plot just by freehand per se. And I'll draw my original dots. And let's say we have some dots here in blue. And I'm going to draw a new dot. Let's say give a dot, red dot. And if they were to say, let's say we had another dot just randomly like out here, let's say over here. Well, that dot kind of is out there and doesn't really help us in terms of the of anything, right? So it doesn't give us any more information. It doesn't change anything for us. So that red dot, if I had to analyze the red dot, the correlation, right? The correlation once again is our how strong our R value is. So here I'd have to say the R value for that red dot, adding onto with those other blue original dots, it remains at a pretty even 0. It doesn't really change the graph at all. It doesn't make a line. It doesn't make it work well. So then in that case, I would have to say the slope then would be 0, right? The slope would also be 0 because I don't really see. Yeah, you would just draw a straight line without any correlation. Let's add another one. Let's add a black dot. Okay, so let's say this black dot came down here. Ignore the red dot now. Red dot gone. Now it's just a black dot. Well, that black dot, now it's implying that, maybe if you were connecting all the dots, this might have a stronger correlation. Since it's a little bit farther away, it's now saying, there might be a line here. So my R value is pretty strong. I'm going to say 0.7. And my slope now, this is a positive slope. So now my slope is possibly maybe a 1, but maybe 0.8, right? A positive slope of 8 going up 8%, not 8%, but going up like a rate of 8/10. Just by adding that one dot. Let's try a different dot here. And the farther away the dot is, right? So if I put a dot, let's say right here, a green dot right down here. Now the green dot implies, there's going to be potentially, it narrows those random dots, those original blue dots, and it narrows them. And it's like, this might be a strong negative slope now. So my R value is going to be even higher. So this might be like 0.95. And my slope now becomes a negative slope. And it looks like it's probably not strong as a 1, right? Not a negative 1, but probably, maybe a negative 0.6. That might be a good slope for that. Rise of 6, run of 10. Down 6/10. let's put in another last final one. Let's choose yellow. Okay, let's put yellow in the middle of our dots now. So if I put a yellow and it is now here. So now we're like, oh, now ignore all the other colors. Now with yellow, you're like, maybe now there is a negative slope going on. It influences everything to say, oh, there, it makes the R value stronger because now it's kind of encouraging more of a line, but not that strong. So it just makes it a little bit stronger. So I'll just say now instead of a 0, let's say a 0.0, we'll say 7. And now our slope is a negative slope. It implies there must be potentially a negative slope. And that negative slope, we'll say possibly negative. We don't know how high of a low the slope is. So we can say possibly, since the R value is so low, we'll say negative, say 0.07, because the slope is, it is weak because the other numbers kind of drawn it out a bit. So that is how other added values would affect your, can greatly affect or not greatly affect your data chart if you had one extra number.